The entire family was gathered to take a portrait, but the black boy they had adopted sat alone on the sidelines, isolated. Ignoring her husband's objections, Mrs. Toohey called him over to join them. Awkwardly, he shuffled into the group's embrace. It was the first time in his life that he truly had a family. Yet Mrs. Toohey's friends saw the act as shameful, believing it improper to take in a black boy, especially with a daughter in the house. But the eldest daughter made her stance perfectly clear. Without the slightest hesitation, she sat beside Brian, studying with him in full view of everyone. One afternoon, he went to Mrs. Toohey with a request. He wanted to get a driver's license. It was the first time Brian had ever asked for something. Mrs. Toohey, puzzled, questioned why he needed it. Brian explained that he simply wanted proof of his identity, because in his whole life, he had never owned a single legitimate form of identification. This humble request moved her, and she agreed to help. But at the licensing office, the system couldn't find any record of a Brian at all. He didn't even know his own last name. The only way forward was for Mrs. Toohey to formally sign the adoption papers. During a family meeting, she asked Brian if he would like to become an official member of their family. He froze, staring at the children smiling warmly at him, and replied with a grin, "I thought I already was." And so, at last, Brian had a home of his own. To celebrate, Mrs. Toohey gave him a new car. Her youngest son was thrilled, instantly asking Brian to drive him to buy a football video game. The two of them sang loudly in the car, swaying to the rhythm in pure joy. But the laughter didn't last. Disaster struck. Mrs. Toohey rushed to the accident scene after receiving the call. Her youngest was covered in blood, yet, strangely, completely unharmed. Even the police were astonished, and yet, here he was, perfectly fine. Relieved, Mrs. Toohey went to comfort Brian, but found him crouched on the ground, clutching his head, too ashamed to look at her. When she reassured him that it wasn't his fault, Brian slowly raised his head. That was when she saw it, his right arm, soaked in blood. In that moment, she understood. At the critical second, Brian had thrown his arm in front of the airbag to shield the child beside him.